Hello everyone, Justin Crumley here, and this is Cujo06241's 20th sports vlog. You might notice that I'm by myself. It's not going to be that way through the whole video. I do have a co-host, but it's not Josh this week. Unfortunately, Josh could not make it. He couldn't make it because his girlfriend Arden, who has appeared on my channel in the Marriage Counselor Experience and the Legend of Earspoon, and she's in the signature that plays at the beginning of all my videos now. She lost her grandfather last night, and I just want to take this time to say that my thoughts, my condolences, and my sympathies are with Arden and her family. I realize this is a very tough time for them, and I wish them all the best. But with that said, I also want to express my sorrow for the Ohio State football player Kosta Harageorge. If I pronounced that wrong, I apologize. He was reported missing, and on Sunday they found him dead. So again, I just want to say my thoughts, condolences, and sympathies are with his family. It's never easy to deal with the loss of a loved one, but I want to wish both, again, Arden and the Harageorge family and Arden's family, I want to wish them all the best, and just let you know I'm thinking of all of you. What is going on, everybody? Cujo06241's 20th sports vlog is finally here. Holy shit, 20 of them. Wow. This is a big accomplishment for me. Normally I'd be joined by Josh, but like I said in the opening to this video, he could not be with us, but he will be back next week, hopefully. So in his place, I have the big man on campus, the lovable loaf, good old Vinny Brown.
What's going on, everyone?
Yep, Vinny, introduce yourself to whoever's watching. You guys have seen him before. He's not new. Let's not waste any time. Let's get this ball rolling. Ohio State beats Michigan 42-28. As if we didn't see that coming. Actually, I thought the score would be a lot worse. I didn't think Michigan would lose by 14. Michigan really did play with heart, though. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't think they would put up a fight against Ohio State. JT Barrett got injured, and he will not return for Ohio State's Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin. Do you think that's going to affect them in the Big Ten championship?
Big time. Big time.
How do you think it's going to affect them?
Look at what he did with his legs. Look what he did with his arm. Cardale Jones, we don't know who he is.
Yeah, I don't want to write off Cardale Jones as, like, you know, bad, but I don't think Ohio State is I think their chances of winning against Wisconsin have went down because of that. I don't know. I kind of hope so because I don't like Ohio State, but it is what it is. Michigan did play with heart. I know I posted on Facebook. I still stand by what I posted. I said I'm really not proud of them. And you know what? It's been a nightmare of a season. I'm really not. They did play Ohio State really well, and I got to give them credit where credit's due. I didn't think they would hold a candle to Ohio State, but I was wrong, and I was happy to see it. So, yeah, Michigan season's over. They went 5-7. They're not playing in a bowl game. Yada yada yada. About me not being proud of them, that all changed when I heard the news today. Brady Hoke has officially been fired. Bye-bye, man. What do you think about this?
He should have been fired against Minnesota.
I agree. I think that's kind of what sealed his fate. I mean, as a person, I don't think he's that bad. But as a football coach,
no.
He's terrible. He's more like a father to the players than a coach. And when you're in college, yeah, I know you need a little bit more of encouragement, but you also need to be preparing for the NFL.
Yep.
And acting like a father isn't going to get that done. It's just not going to do you any good. You're not going to win much games. You're not going to succeed. I think Jake Ryan will make an impact in the NFL wherever he goes. So that's good. But I don't see Devin Gardner doing anything. If Devin Funchess enters the draft, maybe. But I don't see Devin Gardner going anywhere. I don't think anyone in the running back system is going to do anything. I don't think any of them are being drafted anyway. So I don't know. Only time will tell on that.
Only way Gardner makes an impact in the NFL is if he converts to receiver.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the only way.
Maybe. Okay, Nebraska fired their head coach, Bo Pelini. What do you think of that?
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
67-27 and at least 9 wins in all 7 seasons at Nebraska.
Yeah. 67-27.
Overall.
Yeah, overall. I mean,
what are you thinking, Nebraska?
That really caught me off guard. I can't believe they fired him. I mean, I know he had a bit of a meltdown last year, but
he led you to the 2012 Big Ten championship game against Ohio.
Yeah.
And you fire him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You think Michigan should look at him as a potential coach?
If they can't get Jim, yes. Look at Bo Pelini.
I think Jim Harbaugh's name's been circulating, but I don't feel like they're going to get him. I think they should go after Les Miles.
Oh yeah.
Interview him. I've heard Mississippi State's coach
Dan Mullen,
yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
I've also heard Greg Schiano's name, which
he's actually a good college coach.
Yeah, but his tenure in the NFL is what kind of turns me off.
Yeah.
I also have heard Pat Narduzzi, Michigan State's defensive coordinator.
Oh, they get him.
Oh, man, that would be fierce. Like, the rivalry between Michigan and Michigan State is already bad, but if that were to happen, it would get worse. It would be so bad if that happened.
Another name that's going around is Bama's defensive coordinator.
Yeah, like I heard Bama's defensive coordinator. There are a lot of candidates. I think Michigan should kind of look at the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Because that seems to be the big thing. And
look at Urban Meyer. Look what he did with Florida.
Yeah, Urban Meyer's in Ohio State now. I think Michigan should counter that by getting like Bama's D coordinator or Les Miles. Because they did go after Les Miles a few years back, and he turned a job down. But I think LSU, from what I've gathered, I've actually heard they're maybe kicking the idea around of firing him because he's not living up to their expectations. I think Michigan is going to be a very attractive destination for a coach because Michigan is a program that has built itself on wins. And I think because it's in the state that it is, a coach is going to be able to come in here and be like, hey, I have an opportunity to be the next Bo Schembechler or the next Lloyd Carr or the next Fielding Yost, you know, like the next big thing. So I think because Michigan's in such a bad spot right now, I think that's why it's, ironically enough, that's going to be what makes it so attractive for a lot of other coaches, is that they can become that next Michigan legend. And you know, if it's not Bo Schembech, if it's not Jim Harbaugh, I think they should go after Les Miles because I mean, let's face it, Jim Harbaugh. I don't know. I think he's got a good thing going in San Francisco. Same thing with Les Miles. I'm not promising myself that they're gonna get him. But yeah, it would be a hell of an improvement.
Michigan should throw a lot of money at Les. They really should.
Yeah, if Les Miles becomes available or Jim Harbaugh, they should toss some money towards them. You know, like start them out on a decent thing, and then when the program starts building, because you know if Les Miles comes in, boom, I bet they start fucking winning right away.
9-3 first season if he
Probably. My expectations will be pretty high, even though the recruiting in Michigan is not good right now. That's because Bertie Hoke was the coach, and he was good at recruiting for a bit.
Now he's gone.
Now he's like shit. Yeah, and he got fired.
Another candidate is Mike Shanahan too.
I don't think so. He already said he doesn't want.
He doesn't want it no more. Okay.
Doesn't want to do college. He'd rather just stick around to the pros. Mike Shanahan wouldn't be a bad choice, but I think Florida would probably want him more than anything.
Yeah.
Florida's looking for a head, or Nebraska. Nebraska's looking for a head coach too. So, you never know. Shocking news in the NFL, sort of. Ray Rice is reinstated. You know what? I'm not mad. I mean, I think what he did was messed up, but Roger Goodell was the one that fucked up by punishing him twice. This just further proves that if Roger Goodell, he needs to be removed as the commissioner. He doesn't know what he's fucking doing. He's done.
He's fine, happy.
Yeah, he's so fine, happy, and yet when something like what happens to Raiola comes up, he's hesitant. And we'll get into Raiola soon. But as far as like Ray Rice goes, I think what he did was wrong, and he is a complete ass for it. I'm not going to condone, what he did, but I'm not going to be like, fucking bullshit, he's playing again, because it's really not his fault. It's Roger Goodell punishing him for the same thing twice. Double jeopardy. It's illegal. To me, Ray Rice, yeah, he fucked up, but so did Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell needs to be removed as commissioner, straight up. I have been saying that for a while now, and I stand by that. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's just terrible.
That's why he gets booed at whenever he goes to the NFL draft to announce his player's name.
Yep. Fans don't like him. It's out of control. He's fine, happy like a motherfucker because he was being sued by the Players Association for the head injuries. That's why he was fining everybody. Let's be real. That, and he's greedy. He likes his money, Whatever. Okay, let's get into Dominic Raiola. Dominic Raiola fined $10,000 for punching Zach Moore. He got fined for hitting Zach Moore, but not for the clip. What do you think of that? Do you think they should have
Goodell
tacked
needs
on?
to go immediately.
Well, I agree, but that's not why. I think the fact that he got fined $10,000, at least he got fined. He got some kind of punishment. But I think the other Lions player that headbutted New England's nose tackle got $22,000.
Oh.
I mean, it's like, okay, well, at least Raiola got punished somehow. That's fine.
He should have got 2-game suspension, too.
I agree. He should have had maybe a 1 or 2 game suspension, because shit like that I can't fly. You can't let that go. And for the Lions to not punish him was pretty disgusting as
Taking
well.
a page out of Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, that was less Schwartz the better. All right, time for some Lions recap. The Detroit Lions won on Turkey Day, 34-17. A bit of a slow start. They were down 14-3, but for the most part, they came right back. They won. Calvin Johnson had a great game. What did you notice? Because I kind of dozed in and out. I kind of figured the Lions would win, so I didn't really pay attention. I don't know if you watched or not. I was too busy thinking about the bird in the oven.
Something I noticed is Stafford should start going to more receivers other than Johnson, personally.
Well, yeah, but if Calvin Johnson was doing what he was doing and they won, and he did go to Golden Tate on that one play where Golden Tate faked out that defensive back or that linebacker, I forgot who the hell it was, but this is a good win. It's, it puts the Lions back in contention for the
NFC North.
NFC North. So this is a good win for them. Unfortunately, they're still in second place, and this is why. Green Bay beat New England 26-21 at Lambeau. It was a great game, and I want to give a little shout out to my friend John Check at John Check on Twitter. You should follow him because he's awesome. Also, check out his YouTube channel, Justin Verlander 35, for baseball knowledge and football stuff. This guy knows his shit. You really ought to check him out. He's a Packers fan. I'm a Patriots fan. Yes, I am still a Patriots fan. I don't care if they fucking lose. I'm standing by them. But, you know, I tweeted him. I said, dude, man, that was a tight game. Good one. He said, yeah, you too. Hope to see you in the Super Bowl. And something I noticed on Twitter was a lot of Packers fans were actually being pretty cool about, you know, this game. And it's cool to see, you know, fans interacting without fighting. I really enjoy that. That being said, I still want to pull, you know, I want to pull the Lions fans out on this one. Not all Lions fans. You know, I guess you can consider me a Lions fan because I do root for them, but I saw some Lions fans being very ungrateful and very obnoxious about this. Like, the one time I was rooting for New England, they fucking lose. It's your fault that we're in second place. Fuck you. You know what? Don't blame New England for losing to a better team. And I say better team at Lambeau because I do think that if it were on, you know, in New England, it may have been different. Or if it were on neutral turf, maybe the outcome would be different. Maybe not. Maybe Green Bay still would have won. Nonetheless, Green Bay won. They proved that they were the better team this time. But I want to get after the Lions fans for saying this kind of shit because this is a question I want to ask you. Do you really think the Lions are going to roll up into Lambeau and win?
Nope.
I don't either. I think the Week 17 comes around, the Lions are going to roll up in Lambeau. They're going to get their asses handed to them because they couldn't beat New England and they couldn't beat Arizona. What the hell makes people think they're going to beat Green Bay?
Last time they beat Green Bay was Brett Favre was the quarterback.
Yep.
In Lambeau,
Yep.
That's the last time.
Yeah, the Lions have bad luck at Lambeau. So that's what I want to say to you Lions fans is for those Lions fans that were blaming New England for why you're in second place, how about you fucking win some games? Don't get after New England because they're doing what they have to do to win their division. Maybe you should have rolled into New England and played better. Maybe you should have rolled into Arizona and played better. You ever stop and think about that? Now I'm going to kind of contradict, and I'm going to talk some good things about the Lions, because I'm not mad at the Lions. I'm just mad at some of the fans. They played Tampa Bay at Ford Field. What did the Lions have to do to win this game besides just show up?
Make sure Josh McCown doesn't throw the ball to Mike Evans because that kid is freaking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, what else do they have to do? Is there anything?
Score a lot of points.
That shouldn't be too hard against Tampa. Yeah, I'll give you one thing. They need to lock down Mike Evans because he is kind of Josh McCown's main target. And I think Mike Evans is a pretty good receiver. But I think Detroit shouldn't have a problem with this one.
Just make sure you don't get sacked by Gerald McCoy.
Yeah. Just don't get sacked by Gerald McCoy because he's a defensive threat on Tampa Bay. I don't think Detroit's going to have much trouble with this. I think if they can if they can score like 3 or 4 touchdowns, they'll win this game. And with Tampa Bay's crap defense, I think they'll be just fine. So I definitely think Detroit can win this game, but last year they played Tampa Bay, they lost. So it's definitely possible that the Lions can lose. New England is going to San Diego. What does New England have to do to win this game?
Pass rush on Phillip Rivers and score about 35. That's what they got to do.
Yeah, I think if they're going to beat San Diego, they got to get over the Beaver curse.
Yeah.
First of all, because Rob Gronkowski took a picture with Justin Bieber. Fingers crossed that they break that curse. I fucking hate Justin Bieber. But I think if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to contain Phillip Rivers, which I think they can do. They got a pretty tight D line, even without Chandler Jones.
Who might play this Sunday?
Yeah, who might be back this Sunday night. I think Phillip Rivers is going to have a hard time against New England's pass defense. I know Aaron Rodgers shredded it, but Phillip Rivers is not nearly as good as Aaron Rodgers.
He can't run like Rodgers.
No, he can't. And I think Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback, but I think New England is definitely going to win this game. I don't think the Bieber curse is going to affect them. At least I hope not. I know Pittsburgh got hit by that when they lost to the Jets, but Pittsburgh isn't really all that great. But I think New England is going to be pretty upset that they lost to Green Bay, and they're going to take it out on San Diego. And if, they got to be able to score. San Diego's defense, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
It's top 15 good.
It is. I don't know where they rank up in the rankings, but I do know San Diego is a pretty good team. I think it's possible that San Diego can beat New England, but I just can't see New England losing 2 weeks in a row. I think Tom Brady's going to bounce back and have a better game. And he really didn't have a bad game against Green Bay. He just didn't have a great one.
Well, I don't get why they stopped with the run game.
Yeah, LeGarrette Blount was tearing it up against Green Bay. And where the hell was Jonas Gray, man? I mean, what, are they just not going to use him anymore? I hope so. My dad has him on his fantasy team. But I think if New England can stick to the run game, and if they spread the ball out, they should have no problem winning this one. San Diego, I mean, they got Brandon Flowers. That's it. That's all I know out of their defensive backs. They got Manti Te'o as a linebacker who's all right. Not what he was at Notre Dame. I don't know. I guess getting laid with an invisible girl doesn't do you much good for the NFL. Okay, that's old. That's old. I know. I had to. I couldn't resist. It's getting more action than I am, though. Now that I've hauled on myself a little bit, this is the question I want to put to you guys. Do you think the Lions will win the NFC North this year? Do you think Green Bay is just a little too good for them? I took this to some friends of mine on Twitter who are probably going to watch this, and now they all learned how pathetic I am, and that, I have a hard time getting women. At the DDSR, who runs a sports podcast for Detroit. Really awesome. You guys should definitely check this guy out. His name's Tom McCann. He's a really cool guy. He said after New England, Green Bay's schedule is as weak as the Lions. Green Bay should win it. I actually kind of agree. At Kenny Sledge, another cool guy. You should follow him. Got to go with Green Bay, although I hate to admit it. So he's taking Green Bay. Emily at MyLime78. Win. So she's taking the Lions. What do you think? You think the Lions can win the NFC North, or do you think Green Bay is just too much for them?
The Lions will win every game, but when it comes to Lambeau, you have to score at least 50 to hang with Green Bay. And with the Lions' shitty offense, I don't see it.
I don't either. I hate to say this, Lions fans. I think Green Bay is just a little too much this year. And the fact that Green Bay beat New England, which is something the Lions couldn't do, that's a bad sign.
But we will be wild card at least.
Yeah, I think the Lions will make the playoffs, but they won't be a division winner.
I do see the Lions winning in the first round. Depends on who they play.
Depends on who they play. Surprising enough, guys, we don't have any baseball news for you. Not Tigers, anyway. Just a couple mentions. Ezekiel Carrera is a free agent now. Technically, that's Tigers news, but I don't really care. Ezekiel Carrera wasn't that good, and I don't think he's gonna make a huge impact on a team. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I just don't think his chances are very high in free agency. I think he's going to end up in the minor leagues somewhere. And Nelson Cruz is a Mariner for 4 years at 78 mil. That's a good move for Seattle. They needed a big bat like him because they lost Justin Smoak, and they had that third baseman. What's his name?
Kyle Seager.
Kyle Seager. I keep forgetting his name. So yeah, they had Kyle Seager, and he's a pretty decent bat. He's a good player, really a good player. They just gave him a huge extension
7
too.
years, 82 mil.
Yeah. So I think Seattle's definitely making the right moves, but that's pretty much all the baseball news we got. Really, nothing else. Okay, guys, let's talk some hockey. Before we get into Red Wings recap, I just want to say Gordie Howe had another stroke. I just found this out today. Very severe. Back in, I think he's going back to a hospital, and his son is going to Texas. It's a terrible thing. It really is. I don't think Gordie Howe is going to live that much longer. The man is, what, 83? 86? Oh, no, he's not.
Yes, he's 86.
86?
Yes.
Huh. Okay, then. It's a terrible thing, and I think the hockey world is definitely going to stand still when he passes. It's hard to deal with. It really is. A legend of the game.
Especially us Wings fans.
Oh yeah, Wings fans are going to take that hard, including me. All right, let's get into some Red Wings recap. This is the part I've probably been looking forward to the most. They beat the Flyers 5-2 last Wednesday. Datsuk scored twice. Weiss, Yurko, and Zetterberg all got goals in this one as well. Weiss actually had a goal and an assist. He's earning that fucking contract he got, and he's making all those assholes that got angry when they waved Nestrasil for him. Yeah, he's making them all look stupid. I like Stephen Weiss. I always did. I know I said that if he, spent most of the year on the injured list, they ought to just buy him out. And I still think they should if that ends up being the case. But right now, man, Stephen Weiss is tearing it up, and I love seeing it. He's a driving force behind the Wings. He's doing exactly what he was brought in to do. And, Pavel Datsuk is tearing it up. Everybody on the Wings is tearing it up. Let's just come to that, except for Jakob Kindl, who's doing okay. He's doing passable, I'd say, but he's not doing great. Weiss got a goal and an assist. Helm had 2 assists, and Datsuk had 2 goals. These 3 were on a line together in this game, and the 3 of them are known as the Vitamin C line, which I think is awesome. But unfortunately, they are not on a line together anymore. Datsuk is with Zetterberg again. The Euro Twins are reunited, so that's cool. Kyle Quincy got into a fight in this game too, so that was cool to see. I forgot who he fought, but it's awesome to see.
Red Wings play back.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the Red Wings getting into fights. It kind of is. That's, in my opinion, that's what they've lacked for a few years. Ever since Darren McCarty left, was an enforcer. Besides Justin Advocator, because Justin Advocator is pretty fierce too. Friday, they were down 4-1 to the New Jersey Devils, and they came back and won 5-4 in the shootout. I repeat, they won in the shootout. You want to take it from here, man? Recap who scored these goals, because I'm just so excited to talk about this that I think I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna explode, and my intestines are gonna be all over the camera, and no one needs to see that.
Riley Sheahan scored the first one to make it 4-1.
No, dude, Cromwell got the first one.
My bad. Cromwell got the first one. Sheahan gets the second. Miller gets the third.
No. It was Cromwell,
Sheahan,
Ouellette.
Oh yeah, Ouellette.
And then Sheahan, and then Miller.
And then Miller with a great rebound. If you guys see that rebound,
yeah, it was
money.
Great. Now, tell the good people who got the shootout goal.
The Goose.
Nyquist, yes, who was 1 for 8 in shootouts before that goal.
He made Schneider look stupid.
Yeah, he did. He made Schneider look funny. New Jersey, man, what is going on? They were a force to be reckoned with. Speaking of New Jersey, Martin Brodeur is a Blue for a year. Whoa, how about that, man? I thought he was still in New Jersey.
Devils fans, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, that's a question I want to put to anybody who's a Devils fan or anybody who's a hockey fan in general. What do you think of Martin Brodeur as a Blue? I think they needed to make a move because Brian Elliott's going to be out for quite some time, and I think platooning him and Brodeur was probably the best option because Brodeur's a proven goalie. He has 688 career wins. He's trying to get to 700, and I think he can do that in the time that Elliott's going to be on the injured list.
Oh, yeah. He should
And then,
have no
I mean, the
problem.
Blues, they had Ryan Miller last year. Brian Elliott's really stepped up as a goaltender for them. So the Blues have kind of swapped out some good goalies, over the years. So, yeah. And this past Sunday, the Red Wings beat the Canucks, one of the best teams in the Western Conference and in the NHL. Yeah, the top team in the West, and one of the best in the NHL. The Red Wings beat them 5-3 for a fourth straight victory. Datsuk scored twice again. Kronwall got a goal. DeKaiser scored once. And then Gustav Nyquist got a power play goal. And Zetterberg got an empty netter.
No, it was Datsuk that got the empty netter.
Datsuk did?
Yes.
Oh, I thought Zetterberg
He just
did.
went
Whoops.
bad.
Yeah, Zetterberg had a couple points. I know he did. He's been producing pretty well. I mean, this is really great. I mean, the fact that they beat a team like the Canucks, they had that power outage too. I blame Beyonce. Now, something I've noticed at the beginning of the season, their power play unit
was shitty.
Was crap, but their penalty killing unit was fucking amazing. It was number one. Now that we're a little bit into the season, it seems like their power play unit is getting a lot better. They're like 9th, I think, in power plays.
Yep.
But their PK
Still top 5.
It's number 4. They dropped from 1 to 4.
Damn.
So I think there's like a little bit of a trade-off going on, but that's okay. If they can stay in top 10 in both subjects, they're going to go on to
very far in the playoffs.
far. And actually, right now, at this very moment, they're only 3 points behind Montreal and Tampa Bay, who lead the Atlantic Division.
We're going to get 2 big points tonight.
Hopefully against Florida. Yeah, let me look at the schedule. They play Florida tonight. They play Dallas on Thursday. They play the Rangers on Saturday and the Hurricanes on Sunday. So Josh and I will be back to recap all 4 of those games next week. Hopefully it's... I think this is a very winnable schedule. I think the Rangers are the best team we're going to face.
Lundqvist gave up 6 last night.
Did you really?
To the Lightning.
Whoa. Wow. That's not... Wow. Yeah, I definitely think the Rangers are going to be a tough one, but I think Florida is definitely a winnable game, though they struggled against Florida last year. Dallas is definitely winnable, and Carolina is certainly winnable.
Yes.
Even though it's in Carolina, that's the only away game they're going to play among this 4-game stretch.
Keep in mind, they were down 2-0 last year against Carolina, and they won 3-2.
Yeah, and they won. Yep, it was Stephen Weiss's first goal as a Red Wing. It was a game winner.
So I'm not counting Wings up for anything.
I think it was a game winner.
Yes.
In overtime. Yep. So yeah, I think the Red Wings are a better team than people give them credit for. The fact that they are up there with Montreal and Tampa Bay is a great sign, and I am really enjoying it. I just hope they can maintain it and make a serious run in the playoffs. Let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals at least.
Yes.
Let's get past the second round because they haven't gotten past the second round since 2009. Let's erase that year from our memories. And let's get another cup. Let's bring in cup number 12. Okay, guys, we're gonna talk some basketball, and this is gonna hurt because the Pistons suck right now. We might end up blowing up because of how pissed off the Pistons are pissing us off. No pun intended. They blew a lead against the Bucks. They lost 98-86. They lost to the Clippers in OT, which is a good sign. The Clippers are a top-notch team. They really are. They're like the new, Kings of LA. You would know more about basketball than me. I don't know the first fucking thing really of basketball. They lost again to the Bucks and then again to the Wizards. As of right now, they are 3-14. What the hell is going on, man?
Where the hell's the defense? The offense is there. Where's the defense?
Something's got to give. Something has really got to give. 3-14 is not, something to be optimistic about. And I mean, they did better last year at this time under Maurice ass cheeks than right now.
Yeah, they were about 7-10.
Yeah, I mean, they were garbage, but they had more wins than 3. I don't know. I believe in Stan Van Gundy. I think he's a good coach.
Give him some time.
Yeah, you got to give him time. You can't just throw him out there on his first year and expect a serious run at the finals, especially since Joe Dumars, when he was general manager, kept fucking switching coaches every year. I think he really fucked up the system doing that. Let's just hope the Pistons can pull themselves out. They play tonight. They play the Lakers, which is a winnable game. The Lakers are worse than the Pistons.
Yeah, very bad.
Yeah. So hopefully they can win tonight. Hopefully by this time next week, Josh and I are reporting a better Pistons record. Michigan suffered their first loss to Villanova in Brooklyn. Villanova is number 12, so there's really no shame in losing. But I was kind of bummed to see it because Michigan, they came close. They lost 70-65.
Villanova moved up to number 10 in the rankings.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, they were number 12 when they played Michigan, so yeah. Michigan bounced back and destroyed Nicholls State 91-62, as if nobody saw that coming. Michigan's got a good one tonight. They got to play Syracuse. That is going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait to watch that. I think Michigan can win that one. They're number 17. Syracuse, for whatever reason, isn't ranked.
And they're 5-1.
Yeah, they're 5-1. I don't know if there's some kind of trouble there or whatever. But it's going to be a good game, and I think Michigan is definitely going to be challenged.
Michigan pulls off the upset.
You think Syracuse is favored in this game?
They are by 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You see why I have this guy right now? Because he knows more about basketball than I do.
Michigan pulls off the upset and wins. They beat Syracuse last year. Keep that in mind.
They beat Syracuse when they went to the national championship against Louisville.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, that is all we have for you today. For good old Vinny Brown, I am Justin Crumley. This is Cujo06241 signing out.
Go Wings.